What's up? All right, guys, let's check it out. I have an absolute awesome update for you guys. You're not going to want to miss this one. Is AMC dead? Is it over? Is it all over? No. All right, no. I have fire technical analysis for you guys that is going to show you that this pullback was absolutely healthy, absolutely normal, and actually a good thing for AMC. You can believe what you want, but the technical analysis and the fundamentals are saying all the same things. And I'll repeat it if I need to. It doesn't matter if you've been following me, you already know. But let's go ahead and get in the charts, the data, the facts, and see what we have going on. All right, we are back with the chart, and we're going to be looking at AMC APE and then the overall stock market. So I'm going to briefly cover SPY and then do AMC and APE. So basically, what is happening is the SPY still held this overall trend as support, and this is a very good sign for AMC. I know people say that AMC runs inverse of the SPY, but it only does until it doesn't, okay? It does have somewhat negative beta, but when you come down to the nitty gritty of things, AMC tends to follow the SPY more than it doesn't. And I do think a major crash could cause stock market capitulation and then cause a squeeze, but that is not what's happening right now, okay, guys? We are in the middle of the Moass, and right now we need momentum. We need a neutral to bullish market to see the maximum squeeze right now. So we got that pullback from the overall stock market, which pulled AMC down heavy. And then we got this nice bounce, and we're still holding in this ascending triangle, and we're still going to go to this gap fill, which I predicted weeks ago, okay? We're going to get that gap fill, and we're going to keep rising up, and this is going to break down hard eventually. It's going to break down very hard. There's going to be a big down day for the stock market, but only till we get to the top of this thing. So we have major resistance up here, and I expect it to be up here. But for now, it held as support, so we are good to go. And that is why the SPY is important for AMC. We're going to continue up on the SPY. I do believe that. So now looking at AMC. All right, I gotta be real with you guys, okay? Do not freak out when you see a down day. It is good for the RSI to cool down on the daily time frame. And I just got to be real with you though. Look at this. This would be a nasty head and shoulders pattern if this thing got the bounce right here, which it has this falling wedge pattern right here on the smaller time frame. And it did get the bounce from. So we have this falling wedge here, and we did get the bounce from that, and we are going to see a bounce from that, okay? But this would be a nasty head and shoulders. And hopefully we would come down to this trend line here, bounce off of that, and then continue to the upside and hold this overall trend that's been support for so long. And I pray that we do, and I know that we will, because we are in mid squeeze. We broke out of that overall descending triangle. But guys, I always got to be real with you and paint the realest picture that I can for you, okay? And right now, this is just what the TA is telling me. So we are definitely going to get a bounce, and this would be a nasty head and shoulders down to here, and hopefully we'd hold this as support. But since the overall stock market is trending up, which I said it was, and we did the TA for it and looked at it was, I think we can maintain the momentum to the upside that we need. And if we look at the alligator on the daily time frame, so this is a momentum indicator basically, and you guys can see that the width of the bands, I explain this all the time in the videos, but if you don't know how to read this, the width of the bands explains the momentum. So you can see that the bands get closer together when the move's at the end of it and at the beginning of a move. And this green band is bullish and this blue band is bearish. So as you can see, the green band is on top. We're in a bullish move, and there's still a lot of width in between these bands. So we still have a lot of momentum to the upside, and we are still looking really good on this thing. And we're going to have the SPY pushing us to the upside. So I think we're going to get a nice bounce on AMC and continue to the upside. But you want to see bullish consolidation. You want to see retests of previous lows to make sure this thing's really on a nice bounce to the upside. And that's exactly what we've seen. So I am extremely bullish on AMC. As you guys can see, we still have this nice bump to the upside, and we needed RSI to cool down on the daily. As you guys can see, it was extremely overextended and needed to cool down. It needs to come back down to this range, so even if we had a little bit more pullback, that wouldn't be the worst thing. Even if that head and shoulders pattern did play out, that I am saying that would be a nasty head and shoulders, it would still even be nice. You know, if we did, we're going to get this bounce here. That's 100%. We're going to get that bounce and then continue. Maybe we'll bounce up here and continue the upside, but there is no reason to worry. This was a nice, healthy pullback, and we tested previous lows and bounced right off of them. $6 bounced right off of that and looked at it and never looked back. And I think we're going to continue to the upside. And like I said, we could come back up and come back down and test previous resistance, but this is just natural, healthy movement for the upside trend that is going to be called the Moass. This is going to be the upside trend that is going to be called the Moass. We broke out of this overall 2-year down 2-year descending downtrend, and we are on this uptrend now, which is going to be called the Moass to all-time highs. Now, if we look at the fundamental data, okay, AMC is still being held by institutions. Things are still good. We're still looking very good. This is the institutional ownership for AMC. As you guys can see, they've been buying ever since Q2 in 2021 and holding. They've been doing the same thing we have. Even though they say all this other stuff, the institutions are still holding, and this is critical for a short squeeze. I also think that some of the pullback we've seen was from the cost of borrow going down. It was much more easier for them to get shares available to borrow, and you guys can actually see that looking at the short interest. If you guys scroll down, you guys can see right here, shares available to borrow. As of 10 hours ago, it says 0, but 11 hours ago, look, 12 hours ago, 14 hours ago, 15 hours ago. So they had shares available to borrow. It was much cheaper because the cost of borrow shot down from this high of 4,000, but we're still sitting above 100% on official cost to borrow. We're still sitting above 200% to be official, and that is still putting a lot of pressure on the shorts and making it very hard for them to get the stock to borrow it. APE cost to borrow went up. That is very, very cool, and something that I find very interesting. And if we look at APE as far as the technicals, it's still in straight squeeze mode. I think it's going to form a falling wedge here. It's going to consolidate downwards for the next couple days. That's probably the most likely pattern. As you guys can see, the alligator bands are kind of getting closer together. So that means that this momentum is kind of dying out, and we're going to see some bullish consolidation in this falling wedge over the next couple days. I can almost guarantee you guys that this falling wedge right here that I have drawn is going to play out perfectly, and then we'll bounce to the upside. So let's see. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we'll see some upside, or maybe Monday. But I'm almost guaranteeing you guys that it's going to basically consolidate downwards or sideways, in my opinion, bullishly for the next couple of days, as it just made this nice move. And this again is very, very bullish, as it needs time for the RSI to cool down. As you guys can see, it's very overextended, and we need time for APE to cool down, and it will actually be bullish for this thing to actually pull back a little bit and then continue up. So that is what I'm thinking. APE could possibly have a $2.50 retest. I do not see that in the future. Again, I can see this falling wedge playing out for like a $2.80 retest, something like that. And that's a definite buy on APE, and you'll definitely be looking good here in the future if you do take that buy. We do have these gap fills down here, but those can be filled later after the squeeze. I do think APE is going to continue upwards, and that is just my personal opinion, not financial advice. So let's see what else we have. We have, let's see, calls. The options change, so we have a lot of gamma. All right, calls are not showing up on Stonko Tractor, so whatever. Let's see if I can refresh that. All right, they're not showing up, whatever, and shares are not available to borrow. So Stonko Tractor is actually having a glitch right now, so I guess that's something to report. But that's whatever. We don't need that information. I pretty much laid out all the technical data for you guys and everything that I have going forward in the future. Again, short interest is still extremely high. Again, we still have the weekly MACD green on AMC. And again, anytime we were on the threshold list, which we were on, anytime we had short interest this high, which we were on, and again, we never broke out of this downtrend for 2 years. So things are going very, very crazy for AMC. Things are looking very, very good for the squeeze. If you put the Bollinger Bands on, they're getting very, very tight on the weekly time frame. That means a big, massive move is coming. If you look on the weekly time frame, every time a big, massive move comes, the Bollinger Bands get tight, as you guys can see here. Boom, massive move. Bollinger Bands start curling in on themselves. Boom, massive move. This was also when we were on the threshold list and had massive short interest like we do now. And green weekly MACD. Boom, green weekly MACD. Boom, green weekly MACD. Boom. And Bollinger Bands getting tight, green weekly MACD, high short interest, and on the threshold list. I don't know what else to say, guys. We're in the middle of the Moass. Just relax. I don't know if anyone needed to hear this or get a boost, or this is not hopium. This is just technical analysis. This is straight facts, all right? So hopefully you found the video informative. Nothing is wrong. The squeeze is still on. We're still good. We're still looking bullish as hell, and I think we are on a great path, and this consolidation and pullback was actually good. So hopefully you found the video informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe for more content like this, and make sure you put the bell notification on, because I do drop short updates and critical time sensitive information on that as well, and on my Twitter as well. So again, hopefully you found the video informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe for more content like this, and as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video, and again, make sure you put the bell notification on, because I drop time sensitive information on the shorts update all the time, and I drop stuff on my Twitter and Discord as well. I'll put those links in the comments and in the description if you want to check those out. But again, hopefully you found the video informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe. That really helps me out. Comment. That really helps me out. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.